This is the moment when countless venture partners stare into the abyss, heart pounding, knowing there's something missing. The deals, the numbers, the endless calls, and endless decks. But still, the exits that should have been epic somehow fall short, just shy of that billion-dollar magic. That gnawing feeling, the frustration slicing through the late nights, the tension that no amount of strategy or spreadsheets can untangle. Investors and partners alike. What if the role powering those billion-dollar exits isn't the one you've been obsessing over? What if it's the thing hiding in plain sight, overlooked, underrated, yet utterly essential to making extraordinary happen? And here's the honest truth that hits harder than 1,000 pitch rejections. You can drown in tactics and lose sight of this hidden force that could unlock everything. Let's drop the noise. The reality investors face is brutal. It's not just about the startup's tech, the market size, or the charisma of the founder. It's about aligning with a power far more elusive, something systemically missing in the networks and relationships that fuel explosive growth. You see, talent, money, and timing? They're ingredients, but not the secret recipe. The real hidden role lives in the uncanny ability to fuse vision with ferocity, to connect raw, misfit brilliance where no one else sees the spark, and to build a silent engine of trust, grit, and relentless momentum behind the scenes. This role, the silent alchemist of billion-dollar exits, is what separates those who watch greatness happen from those who create it. If you feel that fire stoked by missed potentials, by almost there rounds that fade, by teams fractured under pressure, that's proof. The role that drives billion-dollar exits isn't flashy. It's not the showman leader on stage or the charismatic founder pitching in silky tones. It's the relentless integrator, the connector of the radical few who refuse to conform, who burn with a vision so sharp it cuts through the fog of mediocrity. This is the secret weapon sitting quietly in boardrooms, war rooms, and early mornings making the impossible feel inevitable. It's so simple, but so few see it until it's too late. The power to harness misaligned brilliance and weave it into a force field of unstoppable action. And yet, here's the brutal paradox. The modern venture ecosystem is starved of this role because our system refuses to acknowledge those who don't fit tidy categories. The lonely geniuses, the misfits, the radical thinkers. They get ignored, shuffled off, or bottled up inside safe corridors. The system praises consensus, efficiency, smooth processes, but that's a lie dressed as progress. Underneath, it's suffocating the very radical sparks that ignite billion-dollar fireworks. The result? We see amazing founders fail not because their ideas lacked merit, but because they were isolated, misunderstood, and starved of the right kind of ally. The rare partner who can sit beside them in the chaos and say, "I see the world your way, and I'll help you connect it to the future." This role is no joke. It demands a brutal intensity, patience for the long game when others want quick wins, courage to break rules when everyone screams conformity, and a vision so clear it defies every comfort zone. It's about being fiercely selective with who you align with, because synergy isn't about numbers. It's about elemental chemistry between a few who will burn for the same bold future. The fastest routes to exits are never about scaling noise or chasing trends. They're about activating this hidden force, a powerhouse wired together by rebellion against the system's illusion of freedom. Freedom smothered by convenience, comfort, and hollow promises. So how do you claim this role when it's invisible, undefined, yet indispensable? First, this requires ruthlessly cutting through illusions about what makes progress. Forget the fluff of buzzwords and checklists. Dive deep into the messy, uncomfortable space where real transformation happens. Find the few who don't just comply, but fiercely question everything. Partners who won't settle for surface answers. Build an ecosystem that honors contrast, not conformity, where misaligned brilliance is not a problem to fix, but a fuel to ignite. This means being sovereign over your attention and energy. Your will must become your weapon, blunted only by the select few who match your fire. This is the core leverage point. Stop scattering efforts on the many. Reduce noise. Amplify essence. Remember, no kingdom was built on comfort. The billion-dollar exits you dream of come from disrupting the status quo relentlessly. It's about unleashing radical connection, turning alienated genius into synchronized power. Don't chase belonging, craft becoming. Don't imitate tried and failed patterns, redefine the playbook completely. The hidden role is the embodiment of this rebellion, a network weaver who navigates not geography or sectors, but human essence. Like a conductor guiding discordant notes into an unstoppable symphony, this role commands the rare and misunderstood and welds them into a new system. It's not about changing the world superficially. It's about unleashing those who already carry the power to do so. If you feel that itch inside, the tension that says this is bigger than you, that waiting is a trap, then this message is for you. This is not a role for comfort seekers or critics of the uncommon. It's for those ready to burn bridges with the old systems, ready to cultivate patience for the long rebellion, and ready to be brutal in the pursuit of freedom. This role won't let the world's illusions suffocate your fire. Instead, it will let you build what the system forgot. A movement where rare few find each other, where isolation becomes power, and synergies break limits. If you want billion-dollar exits, the truth is simple, but earth-shattering. You need to be the guardian of rare ties, a breaker of stale molds, a fierce skeptic turned ally maker. This role is more than just a function. It's a mindset and a method. It's a quiet revolution taking place in the shadows, where uncommon leaders and investors converge in sharp, unbreakable bonds. You don't get there by following where others lead. You get there by being the link no one else dares to be. Listen close. This is the raw nerve of venture success. Misaligned brilliance shaped into aligned power. Loneliness transformed into an autonomous network. The individuality of the rare turned into collective, unstoppable momentum. The billion-dollar exits aren't powered just by innovation or cash. They rise from this hidden current beneath the surface, filled with people ready to rise above illusions and remake reality. Those who tap into this rare, fierce force become not just rich or successful, but architects of the future. The world wants to keep you boxed in, distracted with surface metrics and superficial wins. The greatest power you hold is the one no one can take, your will and your reckless hunger to redefine the rules. If you settle for mediocre comforts, you'll never see the future you're destined to create. But if you dare to become this hidden role, this relentless integrator of the radical few, you don't just watch billion-dollar exits happen, you cause them. This moment is your invitation, not just to participate, but to transform everything, to become the spark that links rare brilliance, the glue that holds misunderstood potential together, the force that turns lonely genius into unstoppable venture success. The system may have forgotten you, but the future won't. It's waiting for those who can see beyond borders, beyond illusions, beyond the easy paths, billion-dollar exits. They're there, waiting behind a door only a few know how to open. And that door? It's opened by the hidden role, the power no one talks about but everyone needs. This is your call to step out of the shadows, refuse the fake comforts, and become the ultimate power behind the biggest wins in venture. Because the future belongs not to the many who wait, but to the few who forge. This is that secret weapon, the real link, the unseen force, the role that will change not just portfolios, but the shape of what's next. The fire is inside. The network is waiting. The time is now.